Hey, this is Dean from Motion Media. Today we're going to look at creating a more realistic human walk cycle using cat. So I'm going to go to the helper panel and I'm going to create a cat rig. Actually, we're going to choose the base human here. I'm going to align him to the world. Okay. Alright. And I'm not going to go over too many of the controls here. There are plenty of tutorials that do that. I'm going to concentrate more on how we just take the parametric walk cycle and make it a little more realistic for a human being. So there are two modes. There is this mode, which is basically figure mode, where when the thing is red here, this means we're basically in figure mode. So it's great. It's easy to pose. You can quickly, they're obviously rubber banding, and you can quickly grab them and get them inside a mesh really, really quickly. You can scale them, rotate them, whatever you need. It's awesome. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is add an animation layer, in this case the parametric one. And as we hit play, which is our second mode, you see the character automatically walks. Okay. Now, this is kind of goofy looking, and certainly isn't really realistic. So we're going to change that. So if we go to the cat motion, which is where we can control and deal with the walk cycle, a few things are already set up. We have 25 frames. The range of this loop is 25. The step time is 25, meaning he takes one step in 25 frames, and that 25 frames represents the loop, which you can see there. Okay, and at any time, once you have the loop right, you can make it as long as you want and have him do all these other things. But again, for the moment, we're just going to concentrate on getting him a little more realistic. So you can see here, he just rolls and pitches too much. He looks too cartoony. He looks like maybe a teenage girl or something. It's kind of weird. So let's just start taking that out, and that's basically what I do. These are the F curves for the loop, and you can cycle through these to get the individual keyframes to change the timing and the strength, the value. I'm going to go in just globally and turn them all down. So this one I'm going to knock down from 100 to 5, and what I'm doing is removing all of this stuff. The twist I'm going to take down to 5. The pitch is already zeroed out. The lift I'm going to leave alone. The push is zeroed out. The weight shift I'm going to go down to 25. You see already he's walking a little straighter. Same for the legs. The knee is zeroed out. The twist, I'm going to go down to 5. Cross swing is zeroed out. Swing will go down to 5. And those we'll leave alone. Rib cage, twist, 5. Roll, 5. Again, you see him straightening out here. Lift, I'm going to leave that alone. Weight shift is zeroed out. Arms, I'm going to take all this out. 5, 5. Swing, we'll do 5. And we can do the same thing with the palm. It's not incredibly important, but we're going to do it anyways. Twist, we'll go down to 5, 5. And 5, and you can see it just controls the individual palm of his hand there, and the wrist, if you will. And then lastly, you can see the head is bobbing around. So let's go down to 5, 5. Pitch is 0. The lift we'll leave alone. Weight shift is 0. Okay. All right. So already, right now, albeit boring, we have a much more realistic human being walk there. Okay, and we basically got it by removing all of those really out of control swings there. Okay, so to fine tune this further, we'd want to add another layer, a world layer, and this is a world adjustment layer, so this will make adjustments to him while keeping everything else going. So I'm going to turn on the auto key, and just like layers in biped, I'm just going to make a couple of adjustments. I'm going to move his legs a little more inward, so he's walking a little more like that, and just the one keyframe makes that adjustment across the entire loop. Okay, so that looks much better. Let's look from the side here. Okay, it's okay. You can see we have a little just snapping going on there. Now I could add another layer to this, which, you know what, let's just go ahead and add another layer. I'm going to add another world adjustment layer. This one's going to be his pelvis, and I can rename these just so you can see. Pelvis. Of course I can't spell, can I? Alright, so I'm just going to make one adjustment here as well. I'm going to move him a little bit forward. I'm going to maybe even rotate this just a little bit. And I brought him down just a little bit so his legs aren't stretching quite as much. Okay. Now that's an entire adjustment across the whole thing. I could go in and make micro adjustments. So if I go somewhere right in here, say right here, I could bring that up just a little bit. Okay. So he's got a little more stop. Now because this is a loop, you're going to want to copy this keyframe to the middle and to the end. And then you're going to want to copy this one right in here, right here. Now, again, you can adjust these and offset them just a little bit to make it more interesting. I'm going fast for the sake of a tutorial, but there are, you really want to kind of labor over a lot of this stuff. Now, once I've got this move here down, and I like it, this is when I go back to the cat tools, and I will start to add some of this in, just based on how much I think I need it. So, and this just makes sure auto key is off, obviously. Let's go back to our cat layer. But you can see here, all I got to do is hit reset, and it immediately goes back to where it was, okay, to the default. So we put in a little more sway, a little more twist. That looks okay. I don't have a problem with that. The roll, this is where I think it was getting crazy. So I reset it. So you see here we get more of like sexy lady dance. But maybe instead of 5, we take it down to 15. Okay? A little more lively, a little more interesting. Okay? The lift we left alone, the weight shift. Let's reset that. Okay, you see him sway. Boom, boom, boom. So let's take this down to 25 instead of 5. Okay? A little bit more interest. Alright, and so you basically just repeat that, or I repeat that pattern, using the reset tool here, and then dialing in a scale globally to just get everything kind of working, and then, from there you can go in and start making more adjustments. But this gets you to sort of a baseline realistic human walk, and I hope this was helpful. At the included in this post will be a link to this file so that you can actually download what I actually have, and you can even save this off and load it to a character and then start making tweaks. I hope this was helpful, and we will see you again soon. Thanks.